Around 2 months ago, I launched a new business of mine called Piano Jam. I have a Piano Jam program that I license to my licensing partners, and Piano Jam teaches kids how to play the piano in an ensemble setting, and they perform as an all keyboard rock band. But with COVID, I wanted to find a way to run the program online, and I decided to work directly with students to fine tune the program in the virtual domain. So I put a website together, and I had to put a Facebook ad out there. Now, I didn't have the luxury of time. I knew that, come late spring or summer with a vaccine being out there, I wasn't so sure how long I was going to want to stick with this virtual format. So I figured, okay, I'm just going to go all in with Facebook ads and see if I can get 10 or 20 students. That was really my goal, 10 or 20 students. So typically, I like to use Facebook ads as the last step in my marketing strategy. I like to really focus on organic efforts, social media, creating good content, having a lead generator to capture email addresses, and that takes time, of course. And so I figured, okay, I'll go all in with Facebook ads. And I want to share with you a lesson I learned from this experience. So what I first did as I was putting this website together is I just, started just writing out on a piece of paper my thoughts about Piano Jam and why it would be appealing to a parent, specifically a mom. And I really just kind of brainstormed. And my whole purpose for doing this was that from this brainstorming session, I knew that I could extrapolate language from this, or my hope was to extrapolate language from this that I can then use to formulate my marketing language. And it's really an exercise that I encourage you to do. So instead of just writing sales copy for my website and writing sales copy for my Facebook ad, I wrote about 2 pages, or I just typed out 2 pages talking about Piano Jam, the value it provides to children. And I really try to get into the mindset of a mom. One thing that I did is and I love this exercise, I encourage you to do, is I asked my wife, who I look at her as sort of an ideal customer for this program, I asked her what some of her favorite books were. And I looked them up on Amazon and I read the reviews. Why? Because the reviews are going to be written most likely by other women, and or some were women and some were men, but I wanted to see how the women were writing their reviews. And I would look at language that they were using. As a man, there's certain language, or there's certain words that I might not gravitate towards naturally, but reading how women write, you can, as a man, you can pick up on certain language. For example, I'm not inclined to use the word cute. I'm not inclined to use the word lovely. I'm not inclined to talk about how, as I was reading a book, I was moved to tears. But reading, women's reviews of these books that my wife liked, it allowed me to use some of this language in my sales copy. So when it was time to finally put my ad in my website together, spent probably a good week writing, the copy for my website. And my website, by the way, it's a 1-page website. You can check it out. It's pianojammusic.com. It's a 1-page website. And I really labored on thinking or looking at my website and thinking to myself, okay, if I am a mom and I'm looking at this and I'm having doubt about this program, or I'm not so certain that I want to sign up for this, how can I offset that in my copy? So the way I laid out my website is I had, and above the fold, I had a video. And that was really all I had. It was a headline and my logo and a video. I wanted people to see the logo, or I'm sorry, to watch the video, because I felt like if they watch the video, they'll get a better sense of what the program is. I mean, my program's unusual. Learn to play the piano in an all keyboard rock band and make music videos to be placed on YouTube. I mean, that's way too lengthy, right? So I made a nice 1-minute video that really captures the essence of the program, and I had a mom testimonial in there. And you know, all throughout my website, I kept focusing on what do I need to do to persuade the website visitor who's filled with doubt. And one of the things that I did early on is I had, not only was there a testimonial in the video, but I had 3 different testimonials, signs of public proof, way up at the top of the website. Okay, so there's my website. You can check it out. Next thing I got to do is I got to create a Facebook ad. And I put my Facebook ad out there, spent a lot of time writing on it. And I've talked about this before, but with a Facebook ad, the 3 things that you really want to focus on is, you know, what's that image going to be? And in my case, I chose a video. Videos do, or studies have shown that videos perform better on Facebook. So the same video that I had on my website, I had that video in my ad, and I had my headline below. And my offer was a free trial class. So it was no frills headline, you know, something about a free trial class. But that first bit of text that you write in your Facebook ad is super important. You know, you get about a sentence or 2 in a Facebook ad, and then Facebook has that learn more, you know, button. So you really can't see, people don't see your whole ad unless they click that learn more option, which puts a lot of pressure on anyone writing a Facebook ad. That first sentence really has to be really, you know, spark their curiosity. And really what you're, in that first sentence, what you're trying to get them to do is to click that learn more, to read more. So my opening sentence, which I labored over, I mean, I had multiple different versions. This is what it finally was. It was: boring piano lessons are a thing of the past. Learn to play the piano in an all keyboard rock band from the safety of home. Now, I tried probably 4 different ads. I kept testing the ads, trying to find that opening statement that was really going to resonate. And my first few ads, I was not getting a good click-through rate. The moment my click-through rate really increased when I introduced the sentence of boring piano lessons are a thing of the past. Learn to play the piano in an all keyboard band from the safety of home, not from the convenience of home, which I think there's a, you know, taking online lessons offers great convenience, but safety is tapping into a concern that parents have right now at this moment in time. But boring piano lessons are a thing of the past, as I'm speaking to moms sort of fear that you know, piano lessons can be boring. I've interviewed a ton, well, not a ton, I've interviewed over 20 moms, and they all have said that they found their music lessons to be boring as a child. So I come out and I address that, and I say, and here's the solution to these boring piano lessons. You can play piano in an all keyboard rock band. So now I'm bringing out this curiosity. What the hell's an all keyboard rock band? I've never heard of such a thing. And my headline on my website is learn to play the piano in a keyboard rock band from the safety of home. So echoing that that same message. You know, I like to think of a Facebook ad in your website is really, they're partners. They're working together. Your Facebook ad is really an advertisement to get people to go to your website. Now, I don't know if this analogy works, but think of your Facebook ad as the verse of your song. You know, you turn on the radio and a new song comes on and you hear the verse and you kind of go, huh, all right, yeah, this sounds pretty good. I'm liking the feel of this. You're not going to make your decision whether to change the dial until that chorus kicks in. Okay, so you're listening to the verse or you're reading a little bit of the Facebook ad, you like how it feels, you go to the website, and that website, that's your chorus, that's the hook. And that's where people kind of go, wow, yeah, this really looks like something that I'd be interested in. Or they look at the website and go, no, definitely not. You know, the chorus kicks in and they go, this is cheesy, and they change the dial. So your website ad or your verse to the song, it's the setup, and it's important. You got to really make sure your setup is building up excitement, building up curiosity, and your hook, your chorus, your website really has to deliver. So that's what I wanted to share with you in terms of what I learned from this experience of my website and this Facebook ad, really focusing on making them work together. I was not initially happy with the results I was getting from my Facebook ad. And so I just kept tweaking the verse and kept tweaking the chorus until there was a good balance. And then eventually I started getting the leads that I wanted. So I encourage you, when you are putting a Facebook ad together and it's not performing the way you want it to, don't give up. It's not Facebook's fault. It's, I mean, I don't mean to be, you know, crass or frank, but it's your fault. It's you're giving up too quickly. You've got to strike that balance. You've got to look at your Facebook ad from the perspective of a parent. If you're some parent scrolling through Facebook, why are they going to stop and read your ad? Why is that going to grab their attention? And if it does grab their attention, now they have to go to your website. And your website has to be harmonious with your Facebook ad. Imagine if you were listening to a song that was in the key of D major, and then the song went to the chorus and it shifted to E flat minor. It would be kind of jarring. It wouldn't seem to make sense. And a lot of people do this is they create a website, a Facebook ad, and then you go to the landing page, and the landing page isn't reflecting the feel and the language of the ad. The chorus of your song has to reflect the feel and the key and the language of your verse. And a lot of people, what they do is their Facebook ad is directing traffic to the home page of your website. Ideally, you want to be directing traffic from your Facebook ad to a landing page. Now, if you're doing just a general ad for your music studio, okay, maybe that makes sense. But if you're going to do an ad, let's say for piano lessons at your studio, it has to go to your piano landing page. And your piano landing page needs to work in harmony and in unison with your, or be in unison with your Facebook ad. So that's what I got for you. That's my story I wanted to share with you. Let's hop on over to the other side of the music as I talk about the secret to word of mouth marketing.